Welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you from whichever part of the universe you are in. Welcome to another framework of mind architectures from another point of view. And today, we are in the midst of June, which happens to be Men's Mental Health and Awareness Month. And the themes in mental health this month and through the rest of the year is really very similar, and it's really about talking about it, having a support system, recognizing that strength will defeat all fear, and of course seeking support. So today our episode is entitled Mental Health and Wellness Today: Healing, Resilience, and Finding Yourself Again. There are people amongst us in our groups who are smiling every day while silently struggling inside. People are going to work, they are raising their families, they are posting online, they are showing up for everyone else, while privately they are battling anxiety, depression, trauma, loneliness, stress, grief, emotional exhaustion, and the feeling that they are somehow falling behind in life and it's getting so tough for them to keep up. And one of the greatest misconceptions about mental health that we really want to talk about, especially in this June month, is that many people think struggling means weakness. But struggling is really a part of our journey. It's a part of being human. It's a part of this entire journey that we're undertaking. So today's world is emotionally demanding. We are in a generation where we are overstimulated, we are overworked, we are constantly connected digitally, yet emotionally disconnected internally. So today we're happy to be here in this space and all of you joining us, because another point of view is really from the seat of a psychologist and someone who works in performance, because that's what we're really about. So we're really happy today to be having honest conversations and to be able to speak up, not from judgment, not from shame, but from the perspective of healing, psychology, resilience, and hope, because there's absolutely no way we can lose hope. So this episode is clearly for you, the overwhelmed, the emotionally exhausted, the grieving, the anxious, the lonely, the heartbroken, the person trying to heal quietly, and the person wondering, when will I ever feel like myself again? So we're glad you're here, and let's start talking about it. First thing first that I want you to know from my seat is that you are not alone. One of the most dangerous things mental health struggles do is convince people that they are alone. But millions of people silently experience your anxiety, your panic, your sadness, your trauma, your overthinking, your emotional numbness, your burnout, and your loneliness. It is shared. And often, people become experts at hiding their pain, especially high performers. Sometimes the strongest looking people are carrying the heaviest emotional weight. And as a therapist, one of the most common things people say is, nobody knows how much I'm struggling. So let's normalize something right now, because we're in a safe space. Having emotional pain does not make you broken. It simply makes you human. So let's have a little viral story moment about the man on the bench. It's a story about a man who sat alone in a park, and he sat on this bench every evening after work. To everyone else, he looked fine. But internally, he was exhausted. The pressure, the loneliness, the anxiety, the emotional weight. One evening, an older gentleman sat beside him and asked, "How are you really doing?" And unexpectedly, that man broke down crying. Because sometimes people are not waiting for solutions first. They are waiting to feel seen. And this is important in mental health, having the skill set to be able to see the people in our community who are waiting for someone to reach out. Many people are carrying invisible battles while pretending they're okay. So if you are struggling silently right now, please hear this. You do not have to carry everything alone forever. So let's start by understanding anxiety and overthinking for a little bit. Anxiety is one of the most common mental health struggles today. And anxiety is not simply worrying too much. Anxiety is the nervous system constantly preparing for danger, even when danger is not physically present. That can show up as in racing thoughts, panic, tension, overthinking, irritability, difficulty sleeping. And this is a topic that we are going to touch on because more and more we're dealing with challenges to sleep. So we're adding fear of failure or feeling emotionally overwhelmed. And many people become trapped in what psychologists call the anxiety loop. We would have heard about the anxiety loop. So the anxiety loop, for those about you trying to understand more, it's where thought goes into fear, into physical symptoms, which are more fears and more thoughts. So it's a loop that keeps on escalating. So the mind begins catastrophizing, seeing catastrophe, negative vibes and energy. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if things never improve? So for that particular anxiety loop, we're going to work with a tool today called grounding the nervous system. When anxiety rises, slow your breathing. Place both feet on the ground. Identify 5 things you can see. Remind yourself, I am safe right now. This helps to regulate the nervous system back towards stability. You've almost taken control. So it's a cool exercise to try. Of course, we have 3, 4, 5 breathing exercises as well, or you can probably just stand up and move and get going. So in this particular framework, we're also going to now support, understanding depression and emotional exhaustion, which is such a great part affecting mental health now. Remember, depression is not always dramatic sadness. Sometimes depression simply looks like numbness, exhaustion, disconnection, lack of motivation as well, hopelessness, and some emotional heaviness. And people often say, I don't even recognize myself anymore. And depression often convinces people that this is where I'm at, this is it, nothing will change. You start saying to yourself, nothing matters, I'll never feel better. Acceptance, but emotions are temporary states. So from another point of view, we keep reminding you that emotions are not lasting and they are not your permanent identities. And healing often begins with really very small steps, not a whole great big giant breakthrough. It doesn't work like that. So some small steps are simply just getting out of bed, taking a walk, talking to someone, reconnecting socially, asking for help, allowing yourself to rest. Because healing is not linear. It doesn't take a trajectory. It isn't the same path every day. And progress still counts even when it is slow. So one of our other frameworks we're going to support that with today is also, you've asked, because we talk so much about trauma and PTSD, and I think it's important to address this, in a mental health framework, because trauma changes people. And trauma is not just what happened to you. Trauma is also what your nervous system learned from the experience. So trauma can affect trust, relationships, confidence, emotional regulation, and the ability to feel safe. Some people become hyper alert, others completely emotionally shut down and disengage. And many trauma survivors become experts at survival while struggling to feel peace. But here's something powerful from another point of view, from a psychology point of view, from a performance standpoint. Healing is possible, not because the past disappears, but because the brain and the nervous system can now adapt and recover through therapy, emotional processing, supportive and loving relationships, mindfulness, and taking a few moments out of your day just to be mindful and start from a place of gratitude, self-compassion, and of course, safety. So another tool we can possibly share today is what we call a self-compassion framework. And it's interesting working with this framework because instead of asking, why am I like this? Ask, what happened to me and how I can heal. Self-compassion reduces shame and supports recovery because everything we do is really about performance. So in addition to that, we've been talking quite a lot this month about grief and loss and loneliness, which is a reality in the lives of so many of us. Grief is one of the deepest emotional experiences humans go through. And grief is not only about death. People grieve relationships, lost dreams and opportunities, identity changes, childhood wounds, missed opportunities, and versions of themselves they once were. And it's tough to let go sometimes because they resonate, their height and peaks of happiness with certain periods in their life. So they look back and they figure that is lost, and you carry that grief for a really long time. And that's what we call, your internal trauma. And those negative thoughts are really your external triggers, and they act on it. Your emotions act on it. But the truth is, people grieve. And many people are surrounded by people, but yet we are emotionally disconnected. And we find that more and more. Social media often creates comparisons instead of connections, which is why it's important to start disconnecting intentionally. And psychologically, humans need belonging, emotional intimacy, and really meaningful connection. So for today, we're going to share another tool, which is really what we call, a connection practice, where we reach out intentionally. Pick up the phone, call a family member or someone in your circle, have one conversation. Think of someone that you connect with. And I'm challenging you, everyone who's listening now, to send one honest message. I miss you, I love you, I appreciate you, and one vulnerable moment. And start with having a vulnerable moment really with yourself. Healing grows in safe connection, so it's important to start connecting. And the other thing about mental health, what we're realizing too is that we are paying a lot of attention to support confidence and courage and breaking that loop that we talked about earlier on as well, because many people are stuck in emotional loops and they're repeating fear, they're repeating self-doubt, they're repeating unhealthy relationships, they are repeating avoidance, which is sometimes leaving a comfort zone to get to a learning zone and to make progress and personal development. And many of us are also still repeating negative self-talk because we hear it so much. And often the brain keeps repeating familiar patterns, even painful ones, because familiarity feels psychologically safe. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is movement despite fear. Confidence is not something people are born with. Confidence is built through action, evidence, resilience, and self-trust. You see, even though the brain sometimes listens to us, what our brain listens to even more is really what we do. So this is where we can take back control. So for this particular breaking the loop, sometimes we use a method called the reframe method, and these are just useful tools that you can try if you're comfortable. So instead of, I can't handle this, I cannot handle this, try, I'm learning how to handle this. It's going to take some time, but I am learning how to handle this. And instead of, I'll fail, try, I'm going to grow through this experience. Your internal dialogue shapes your emotional reality. So you do have an opportunity to reframe this dialogue that is current into your future reality, which is your progress. And in closing today, one of the things that, a lot of our techniques focus on is really positive psychology and building happiness. And someone who I don't have in my life, but I keep in my heart, always says that if you're not happy, it's not worth it. So a big part of this is finding your happy space, your happy lane, your happy thing, your happy vibes. So positive psychology teaches us something really, really, really powerful. And it's important that I share this with you on my journey as well. And mental wellness is not only reducing suffering, it is also intentionally building your well-being. Research shows that happiness and resilience increase through gratitude, purpose, healthy relationships, movement and exercise, meaningful goals, optimism, mindfulness, and emotional connection. Happiness is not pretending life is perfect, because we know life is not about being perfect, but it is developing the psychological strength to experience joy despite the imperfections. And one of the things that we say is sometimes we have 100 reasons to be upset, but positive psychology and mastering emotional intelligence helps us not to even get upset once. So for this particular aspect in positive psychology, one of the tools that we can use that are available to us to utilize is something called the Daily Wellness Reset, where every day ask yourself, what nourished my mind today? And I think this is so very important, because I've seen progress that we've made with this daily mental wellness reset. What nourished my mind today? What drained my energy today? What do I need emotionally right now? This is awareness that creates healing, because you are paying close attention to your emotions and your happiness. And in wrapping up, this is a message I think people need to hear, because it's a message that in my field, my cast of professionals, we say it all the time. And if you are struggling right now, please hear this carefully. You are not weak because you are overwhelmed. You are not failing because you are healing slower than someone else. You are not broken because life affected you deeply. You simply are not. And maybe the goal is not becoming who you were before the pain. Maybe the goal is becoming someone stronger, wiser, more self-aware, more compassionate, and more emotionally free than ever before. So healing, my friends, takes time. Growth takes patience. You are allowed to reset. You are allowed to recover. You are allowed to ask for help. Please, you are allowed to start over and heal at your own pace, because mental wellness is not perfection. It is learning how to care for yourself compassionately while continuing to move forward. So it's really been a pleasure. This has been another point of view by Mind Architecture, where psychology, emotional intelligence, resilience, healing, and human performance come together to help people thrive in today's changing world. So if you liked this episode and you enjoyed being with us, be sure to like, subscribe, or just simply share with someone who may need this message today. And remember, healing is not a sign of weakness. It is one of the absolute bravest things a human being can do. So see you in the next episode. And as always, from another point of view, we look forward to seeing you in our frame, which is going to be exciting next week. Be well, be powerful, be great, be loved by all and yourselves. See you soon.